Hi, I'm Barb Evoy for This is CW here on Wightman TV. We've got the second annual Wellington County's Multicultural Festival happening here today at the Museum and Archives. It is beautiful. There's so much to see and do, and I can't wait to share the day with you. Let's go. Well, you know, this event could not happen without people like you taking care of it. So, Anu, tell us a little bit about who you are, what your role is, where you sit, and how today happened.
Yeah, sure. Firstly, Barb and Dawn, thank you so much for having me on the show. My name is Anuradha. I am an Economic Development Officer with the County of Wellington. I am part of the Economic Development Division, which falls within the Wellington County Museum and Archives Department. And my role at the county is talent attraction, wherein I look at bringing in and attracting talent to work for the county, within the county, for employers within the county, and advocate for hiring newcomer talent.
Wonderful. And that's the piece that we're really talking about today. So at this second annual multicultural event, we have mentioned many times in several other interviews today that this doesn't happen without the collaboration of county and township, as well as our many neighbors. It's very hot out here today, as well as our many neighbors.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on where we're going as a community with regards to, and I'll say finally, with a full heart, embracing equity, diversity, and inclusion?
Right. That's a great question, Barb. So as a community, it is very important for any community as we are evolving to learn and unlearn. And so, on the one hand, we need to learn what the traditions, the values, and the communities are that make up our county,
right.
And the fabric of our county on the one hand, and on the other hand, it is also very important for our community to thoughtfully unlearn what our preconceived thinkings are, our assumptions are, and go away from them and to start to embrace newer ways of living and thinking.
Yeah.
And so that's very important for any community to become more empathetic, more understanding, and to build that connection between long-time residents and newer community members.
Yes, that's it. And I don't know how you're going to feel about this because we didn't plan it.
Yeah.
But I see over here a friend of mine, Manny Singh.
Yes.
And Manny is a new community member. I'm going to invite you over, Manny.
Hi, Manny.
Manny, this is
Nice to meet you.
this is Manny.
Yeah.
And this is what we're talking about. Seeing people joining us, come on in, Manny. Seeing people joining us on these all-important events that represent the cultural diversity, the growth, the learning, and most importantly, the unlearning of how we move together collectively is exactly why we're here.
Yes, that is so true.
Manny, any words you want to say about how you're feeling with regards to being included and feeling like one of our neighbors here in Centre Wellington?
I think it's a great pleasure to everybody. It's a great event you guys have been organized here. I would say everyone should come here at least to see how Centre Wellington is inviting multicultural communities and how much they have been encouraged everybody to come and see the environment here.
And be a part of it.
Be a part of it, this event.
Yeah, it's not just this event, right? Anu, tell me a little bit about your vision as a whole with multiculturalism here in town.
Right, that's another great question, Barb. So, like I mentioned, my role within the county is talent attraction, and my role is to advocate for hiring diverse talent, and not just newcomers, but new community members who could come from any part of Canada, to see what our county has to offer, what are some of the opportunities that lies within the county which they could be part of, and also for our long-term residents to see what are the things that they have to offer to us. That is just so important to understand that it is not always about newcomers and new community members, but to bridge that gap between long-time residents and newer community members coming in. And so what I have seen in the past couple of months months and years probably is a lot of such multicultural events taking place in the county, wherein a lot of more community resource organizations are coming forward.
Who can serve each other.
That is so true. And putting together support and resources which are available and readily available for free for both long-term residents and for newer community members.
It was no small miracle that at the time you were talking about our settlers as well as our people today here in Fergus, we heard Scottish piping, and that's just wonderful. In fact, Peter, come on over for one quick second and say hello. Peter is, of course, our piper. He is a renowned piper here in our community. Peter, we're talking about how we're bridging the gap between yesterday and today and tomorrow, and this is what we're talking about, shaking hands with new people and people who just arrived. This is Peter. Peter, this is Manny. And that's Manny over here. And this is what we're talking about. I think this happened organically but perfectly. What are your thoughts on bringing all these cultures together today?
Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. Seriously, like I grew up in the Greek Canadian culture in Niagara Falls, and we used to have multicultural festivals all the time in the early 80s, and I think it's great bringing it all back, just showing everybody that, you know, we're individuals, but we all like to get along, we all want to share what we have. I'm Greek, I play bagpipes.
I love it. And I'm Barb, and I'm super happy to be a part of this incredible event. Anu, thank you so much for your hard work in making this happen. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you. Thank you to our new neighbors, Manny, and to our piper extraordinaire, Peter. Well, here we are at the multicultural event here at the Wellington County Museum and Archives. This looks to me like it could be an earmarker for future years. What do you think, Mayor Sean Waters?
Oh, definitely. This is I know it's the second year. I came to it last year, and I can even just see how it's transformed from even last year. There's more exhibits out here. There's more food. It's just you can tell there's definitely an energy in the air, which is fantastic.
So can we take a minute and speak to the growth of our community and how that is fully represented by our new neighbors from a diverse level of cultures and communities. What is your thoughts on what that looks like for Centre Wellington and the township as we go forward?
Well, we're definitely changing, and that's the thing that I tell people all the time. I think I really noticed that change when I ran for mayor 2 years ago, and just visiting the new neighborhoods, seeing the variety of folks that are living in our community. That really sort of said, "Oh my God, our community's changing.
We're growing up."
We're growing up, and the really interesting thing is what I did for a lot of those folks when I was welcoming them, because when Deb and I moved this community 30 years ago, people welcomed us, and so I feel it's partly our responsibility as a community to welcome new folks. It doesn't matter where they're from, welcome them, because we want them to embrace our community and feel like they're part of the community. That's really, really important.
And certainly as a council, I'm not wearing my councillor hat in this space, but as a council, I think it's fair to say that we are committed to making sure everybody feels welcome. And proof of that would be the first EDI committee.
Oh yes, no, and I've really enjoyed going to. I've been pretty much every meeting in terms of that committee. They're doing extremely good work there, and very important work there, and to raise the level of awareness of all the changes that are happening in our community. And the idea is we want to embrace people, and we want people to feel like they have a vested interest in this community, which is really, really important. And I know council is 100% behind that.
And in great part, that's because we have team leaders like yourself. Our staff, have to give kudos to our staff at the township, including our CAO and his teams, because I believe with my whole heart that this has to be a group effort, and we have to start at the very root of it all, which is those of us helping to make decisions in our community about the future.
Yeah, no, that's this council, and I've said this many times, is we're setting the table. We're setting the table not only for all sort of the issues as it relates to growth, but it's also our relationships with the community as well. And we want to have the community as a very inviting and welcoming community, because we're going to have a lot of challenges, and everyone's got to be there for all those challenges. And it's a really exciting time to be a member of this community and this council.
It is.
And and just further to that, I want to thank staff for all their efforts as well, because they, in some ways, they make our job very easy that way, and they do a lot of the legwork there as well. And I know our council really appreciates that.
I think we also need to just take a minute and celebrate county, because this collaboration, even here today, having people like yourself and myself here working in conjunction with our county councillors and our county leaders, this is really important as well. And so it's that collaborative effort that is going to make the difference.
Well, and the fact that the county is doing this, it's not just a Centre Wellington thing, it's an outreach to the entire county.
Right.
And as we know, geographically, that's a big area. And again, it's sending that message out that the community is changing, and we need to be all a part of that change.
I love it. Thank you, Mayor Waters. Always a pleasure to talk to you. I know you've got a bunch of things on the go today, so we wish you a wonderful day ahead, and thank you again.
Thank you, Barb.
So today is just a whole series of wonderful things happening at the same time. And then Anu and I were standing there when Ted walked in, and of course we had to do an interview. Ted, if you don't know Ted, you're living under a rock. Ted Arnott's our MPP and Speaker of the House, and amazing man and friend that I call myself blessed to call a friend. And Anu is a new friend, and it's lovely to see this connection. So we were talking with Anu about just how much work has gone into making this event happen. You were here last year, I believe, right?
Yes, I was, yeah.
Tell us about what you see, the difference that you see.
Well, there's a huge crowd today, but I'm delighted that the County of Wellington has partnered with Anu and some of her committee to put this together as an annual event. And it's a wonderful thing for the county as a whole, and it's something that I'm really pleased to be part of.
You know, Ted, you understand some of the challenges in our community, in many smaller communities across the country, as we grow and embrace growth and embrace the concept of learning and unlearning with regards to diversity and inclusion. I want to share a couple of your thoughts on that.
Oh, sure. As Speaker of the Legislature, I give many speeches at the Legislature when we raise flags on behalf of various communities in our province. And I always say the same thing. Diversity is one of our greatest strengths in the province and in our country and now in our community. And it's something that we need to celebrate and support in every way we can.
I love that. And you know, you see a lot of the same faces coming together doing the work to make this happen. But what that also means is we're seeing growth. Those 2 or 3 or 4 faces have now become 50 and 100, and more people are stepping up to do the work. And that's exciting. And that comes from leadership like yourself, the party that you represent, and the work that you do.
Well, the volunteers in our community are really its lifeblood, and this is an extension of it today. So again, I want to thank you very much for all that you've done.
Thank you so much, Ted. That's amazing to say, and it's wonderful to see that we have all come together to, celebrate our differences, find a common ground, and appreciate the culture and communities that exist within the County of Wellington. What more could we have asked for? That is so amazing to see today.
We even ordered the sunshine.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ted. Thanks, Anu. And we'll keep going throughout this beautiful day.
Thank you.
This is very exciting because I've had a chance to see your people performing before and never had a chance to talk to you. So first of all, tell us your name and who your group is and what you're doing here.
Well, my name is Robin Young. I'm the lead instructor of the Guelph Jingmo Kung Fu Club, and along with us we have the Waterloo Kung Fu Academy. I built the team about 7 years ago, combined the different clubs. I teach another group out in Kingston, Ontario as well.
We were just in Kingston. I love it there. You travel back and forth for this?
I do, yes.
Wow, they're lucky to have you. So this, like, aside from being stunningly beautiful, tell us a little bit about the story.
Well, the line dance goes back, how many thousands of years, I'm not sure. And it actually comes from an agricultural background in the sense the story is that one year the crops failed in China, in southern China in this case here, and they thought it was a supernatural being. They called it the neon. And so a mystical person came down from heaven and brought a lion with him. And it scared the being away, and then the crops started to grow. And so every year what they did was they didn't have a lion, and the spirit and the lion left, so they built one. And there are no lions in China. So they kind of had to imagine what one was like. So on this you see it's got fur, it's got...
that's why it looks like this.
Yeah, it's got a fierce mouth, it's got blinks, it has bright colors, and it's got a mirror on its forehead because everyone knows evil spirits and negative energy, when it sees itself in the mirror, it scares itself away.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to say it was all caught up in like ego and stuff like that, so I was on a whole different train.
Yeah.
So we here in Centre Wellington are celebrating diversity.
Yeah.
We are proud to be learning and unlearning and growing our community and embracing the changes that our new neighbors are bringing to our table. What do you see, having been here before, what do you see in our community insofar as the positive changes that we're seeing?
Oh, I think it's amazing. I think the diversity aspect of the whole community in Canada in general that diversity is increasing. We're seeing major influences. We're seeing major influences of different cultures on our kind of Western community, and I think that's wonderful. It just blends us all into a beautiful people.
I agree. Are you born and raised in Canada?
Born in Toronto, moved to Guelph about 29 years ago.
So how'd you get into this?
When I was about 8 years old, a long, long time ago, a bunch of us kids joined one of my friend's uncle's Kung Fu club. They all left and I ended up staying.
Well, lucky for all of us.
Yeah.
Thank you again so much, and thank you for sharing your lion and I'm happy to have your team walk through if they want to do a quick walkthrough. Guys, you want to come in here and walk through quickly and say hello? It's an amazing team of kids, or youth I should say, that are all very excited. Just walk right by and say hi. That's it. Just wave to the camera. Keep walking. There you go. Keep walking. Let's show off this incredible group of people doing the work. Awesome. All right. Thank you guys so much once again for joining us here today.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I have to tell you, there's a lot of crazy, wonderful, amazing entertainment going on here today at the second annual Wellington County Multicultural Festival. It's a mouthful, but it's a great, great day. And this group is outstanding. We watched them. You should have seen a little bit of footage about them. Let's hear a little bit about their story.
All right, we are African Royal Cultural Dance. We are from Nigeria. We represent Igbo culture. As you can see our attire, look at our queen, how she's dressing, and this is our king. And the aim of our event today was kind of representing Woman King. Yes, we're trying to show people of the community mistreatment against women and violence on women. So we want to encourage women to be strong and stand up for themselves and be the best versions of themselves. So looking at this, our attire will represent the full combination of Igbo culture, and we are proud of our culture, and our dancing group have been existing for past few years now, and we'll be putting this group together, and we know we're gonna do best, do more, put smiles on people's face, and
Love it.
remove some people that have depression and anxiety, and make everyone proud.
Well, before we do anything, y'all don't know me, but I spent a lot of work, a lot of my time raising awareness, talking about human trafficking and fighting awareness around some of those crimes that are happening in the slave space. So very excited to hear you supporting women and women's strength. I'm going to invite our queen up here a little bit. So do you live locally, or do you live in Guelph, or are you visiting from Nigeria?
Oh, I live in the nearby city Kitchener. So yeah.
Great. And so what makes you queen?
Okay. I would say it's just about the story. Yeah, I'm the queen in the story.
For the story.
Yeah, for
Got
the
it.
story.
Wonderful.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I love it. And then, of course, we need to hear the voice of the men who are helping us to keep women safe globally. What's your thought around that, King?
Okay, so hello once more. So the storyline, The Woman King, it's a story that was shot by a major African highlife singer by name Flavor. And that story was to actually celebrate women and also talk about the issues that women face and how women should always excel irrespective of the challenges around them. And then the way we also crafted the story, we crafted it to portray a woman who's actually basking in her elegance. And while she was at this, so that's our queen. And so while she was at that, someone came and tried to actually take advantage of her, violate her dignity. And we had to put up a fight with that person, defeated the person, and let her know that we would always be there to support her. And she would
look at the other men nodding their heads. Oh yeah, you got that right. We're here to support our women, right? I love it.
Speaking on that, actually the man who won my heart, he was the one that fought against the.
Of course, always we're going to be impressed by people who are fighting for our well-being. All right, you guys, this was probably one of my favorite interviews of the day, just because the story was so fascinating and it was so interesting to learn all about the king and the queen and the queen who is the king. We loved it. Thank you, guys.
Also, then once more, just talking about the group, right? So the Royal African Cultural Troupe of Canada.
Royal African Cultural Troupe of Canada.
Yes, so the group was founded by a group of Africans who are based in Waterloo.
Wonderful.
But Waterloo has been a county before now, of which Wellington was a part of that county before Wellington broke away. And so we do have events that will also come around in Wellington, and we also participate in events for Toronto and out of the province.
Amazing.
And the group was actually formed to promote African dance, culture, music, drama, and all of that. And we have storytelling and all of that expression. It happens through the different cultures we have in Africa. So this is the Igbo. This is the Igbo ethnic nationality.
Igbo ethnic nationality. Oops, sorry guys.
There are other ethnic nationalities as well in Africa, in Nigeria. There is the Yoruba, there is the Hausa, there in Ghana we have the
lots.
So there are lots of them. And so what we try to do exactly. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to promote the culture. Canada being a mosaic of culture, so it's very important that we highlight those specific uniqueness of our cultures.
Love that, and I love the coming together of your culture and this and Canada and making it all one, and that you're wearing a toque. It just is everything for me. All right, thanks guys so much. Once again, you guys were amazing. Thank you. Mary Lloyd, County Councillor Extraordinaire. I am so excited to have a chance to interview you. It's no secret how much I love you as a human and as a friend, but when I get to work with you on things that matter to both of us, it really changes the picture for me. So I'd really appreciate it if you could tell our viewers a little bit about how this amazing event happened from a county lens.
So this is our second annual. The first came through with efforts of the Economic Development Committee out of the county, and now it's grown and it's embracing more so the areas of service that newcomers to Wellington County require, whether it's job or immigration, or it's health and wellness, or this youth hub. We've got so many different examples here of how newcomers in our community can connect with our community and be part of Wellington County and feel more accepted into what we're doing.
I love it. And I know, we've been working together, county and township, as I mentioned with Mayor Waters' interview. It doesn't happen without the collaboration of both levels. And so I personally, from our township council, want to say thank you to the county, because this seriously cannot happen without your leadership, as I said earlier. Without that, this doesn't happen. And I know we're super appreciative. Are there things as we look forward to the growth of our community that will feed into or make it more challenging to continue to do events like this?
We'll always be challenged because the demographic is so rapidly changing. What we see as groups that are coming into our community now that require support continues to evolve. The number of different languages continues to evolve. We have in Harrison, for example, English as a second language in our library, and we're finding that we're offering more books within our library system in other languages to help people feel more comfortable when they come here, that there are resources for them to use in what they are traditionally used to. We're also really excited about our museum site. We do everything here in our 9 galleries, and we're actually featuring a exhibit right now on soil.
And that's such an important piece.
Because we need to feed all these people who are coming here. So we need to understand what it is that is being walked upon and how we need to treasure it as we go forward.
Huge thanks to you all and Senator Rob Black and our farming associations for doing that hard work, for bringing that very important information to the forefront. Well, Mary, it looks to me like we have some food trucks to visit, maybe grab an ice cream together.
I'm going to make a bubble.
I want to know more about making a bubble. Before we sign off, I really want from my heart to say thank you to you, Mary Lloyd, as the human, as the woman, as my friend, and County Councillor Mary Lloyd. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Barb.
There's a lot going on here today, Patricia. Oh my gosh, and I know you and your sister are both here. It's exciting to be a part of the second annual Wellington County Multicultural Festival. And y'all came here with a food vendor, and we have a variety of food vendors. So tell me a little bit about this one.
So this food vendor is called Flavor City. The people are local who run it, Angela Sappleton and her dad. They do all the cooking and the preparing of the Jamaican food. So we have Jamaican patties, and we have rice and peas, and he has a Caribbean style chicken and pork today, jerk pork. So come on down, enjoy. And it's hot. And
by the time people are going to see this, they can't come down. So tell me, are we going to see Flavor City elsewhere as we roll ahead?
You sure are. If you look at the back, you can just the QR code and get some information for.
I'll take a picture and post it.
Personal catering for events.
Wonderful. And so it's really important that we see something like Flavor City here based on our communal need and desire to grow both by numbers and by cultures and diversity. What's your take on that? I know you're pretty involved. I happen to know you sit on the EDI committee for Township. What's your thoughts on where we're going?
I think we're headed in the right direction, and I think this just kind of focuses on all the different cultures and diversities we have within Centre Wellington and brings people out to celebrate, not just once a year, but celebrate, all the cultures, and so everybody can enjoy them.
I think one of the most exciting things is seeing the different cultures finally coming together here at home.
Oh, I think it's great. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. All right. Well, keep your eye out because we've got more. Watch for Flavor City. I know my cameraman and I have already enjoyed a Jamaican patty, which was outstanding. So keep your eye out for more Flavor City and go to them at flavorcity.ca. I'm Barb Evoy for This is CW on Wightman TV. It's been an incredible day so far here at the second annual Wellington County Multicultural Festival. I have to tell you, the interviews have been fabulous, the people have been amazing, the food has been outstanding, and the day overall has been a beautiful representation of what we strive to be as a community. Pulling community together in this way with diversity and different cultures and celebrating that as our thread of connection, it's kind of everything. thing. I saved a button because this one really meant something to me today, and it said a smile is the same in every language. I couldn't agree more. All right, that's it. Hope you have a great day. Once again, I'm Barb Evoy with This is CW for Wightman TV.